Hello everybody. Uh, Today's lecture on three-phase controlled converters or three-phase controlled rectifiers using RL load. Here we are using RL load with respect to a diode has been using, that is a freewheeling diode. Therefore, the load across to the circuit is to be RL load using freewheeling diode. Then this is the circuit diagram. This is the circuit diagram for RL load using a three-phase semi-converter. Okay, three-phase half-controlled converter or three-phase semi-converter. Nothing but we are using this meaning is we are using only single thyristor in each phase. In each phase, here we are connected a star-connected winding. Okay, from the star-connected winding of the transformer, secondary is to be connected towards the thyristor switches. Okay, each phase, A phase, B phase, and C phase. From the three phases, each phase is to be connected in series a switch, that is the thyristor 1 and 2 and 3. Okay, like that. And from these thyristors, a load is connected here, that is RL load. Here the important is to be RL load, we are using a freewheeling diode. RL load with a freewheeling diode. Therefore, here if you consider this is RL load across, we are placed a diode. We placed a diode, that is nothing but the freewheeling diode. Freewheeling diode. And here, if you observe this slide, we are having two diagrams, two circuit diagrams. That is, first one is, this is the first one circuit. The first circuit is to be connected across a resistive load. That is, only resistive load has been replaced. But here, on the same slide, we are also placed a circuit that is also an RL load with freewheeling diode. In the last class, we studied about that. We discussed about the RL load. We discussed about the RL load. Here, now we are using that. Now we are using that RL load with a freewheeling diode. RL load with a freewheeling diode. Here, why we are showing that two circuit diagrams on single slide means this have the same meaning. That is, three-phase half-wave rectifier using resistive load or three-phase half-wave rectifier using RL load with the freewheeling diode. RL load with the freewheeling diode have the same output waveforms, or the average output voltage which we are getting is to be same. Okay, that is the sense of giving shown that the R load and also the RL load. Next, this is the three-phase half-wave control rectifier output voltage waveforms for RL load or RL load with the freewheeling diode, different triggering angles. Before going to that, output, observe the output waveforms. Here, thyristor T1, T2, and T3. All the thyristors are displaced with 120 degrees of the displacement. Okay, if you observe the vector diagram, of a three phase, R, Y phase, B phase, or ABC phases, all the three phases, each are displaced with an angular displacement of 120 degrees in space from the vector diagram. And as in the same meaning of vector diagram of each phase is connected here, the thyristors is also connected same. Okay, so therefore each thyristor will be conducted with a time difference, also displacement difference is to be 120 degrees. Okay, suppose if it is connected, T1 thyristor is conducted at 0 degree, and next one T2 will be conducted at 120 degree, next T3 at 240 degree, like that, again 240 to 0. Okay, like that each thyristor will be conducted, nothing but giving firing pulse. Each thyristor will be giving firing pulse, and thereby the thyristor is conducted. Therefore, the supply is moving towards the RL load or R load. Okay. Then we observe that waveforms, about output waveforms at a different angles. Here, these are the output waveforms at a different angles. Here, firing angle has been taken at alpha is equal to 0. Firing angle has been considered at alpha is equal to 0. If you observe here, the firing angle at alpha is equal to 0. Therefore, here it starts. Here it starts. Nothing but If you observe, this is the alpha. Therefore, alpha will be starts here only. That is alpha is equal to 0. Therefore, how the magnitude of the output waveform? Here, the magnitude of the waveform should be like this only. But what should be happen means we are not using a single phase. We are using a combination of three phases. Therefore, the output waveform should be having obtaining that this is the value. This is the waveform. Nothing but it should be coming towards not a zero of a omega t line, but it should be having an amplitude value of each A phase and B phase and C phase at alpha is equal to 0 degree. If you increase the alpha value, if you increase the firing angle furtherly, that is at 15 degrees, yes, if you given that 15 degrees, at 15 degrees means it should be this much in between 0 to 30 degrees. Okay, at alpha value is to be 0 to 30 degrees. Here, if you consider, we consider that alpha plus pi by 6 value. Alpha plus pi by 6. Why we are considering the pi by 6 means for a three-phase circuits, pi by 6, that is the 30 degrees plus alpha is always happens. Is always happens. Nothing but not exactly at 0, but it should be having some value. So that's why in the alpha is equal to 0 degree also shown. Alpha plus pi by 6. Alpha plus pi by 6 means it should be 30 plus pi by 6. Sorry, 30 plus alpha 0, alpha 0, 30 only. Therefore, here it should starts. Next one, and alpha is equal to 15 degree. Okay, it should be start some other degree, 30 plus pi by 6. So, in the middle of the value has been taken. If you observe here, in the middle of the value, it is alpha starts from 30 plus pi. 30 plus alpha. 30 plus alpha means 30 plus 15, 45. Here, this is the 45. I am not shown here. Yeah. Okay. This is the line. I'm okay. This is the 45, and this is the 30. Okay. Alpha plus pi by 6. Alpha is 0. Pi by 6 is 30. Okay. Then if you come across this one, that is 30 plus pi by 6 again. Sorry. Alpha plus pi by 6. Alpha is 15. 30 plus 15, 45. Next, same, in the same sense, next one is also considered alpha plus pi by 6. Next to T2 when we'll conduct 5 pi by 6 at 5 pi by 6. 5 pi by 6 means you should be 150. 150 plus 15. 150 plus 15. If you consider here 150 plus 15. This is the value. Okay, this is the value. Okay, next like that. Same. VC is also same, have the waveforms, output waveforms. Okay. Next waveform should be alpha is equal to 30 degree. At alpha is equal to 30. Alpha is equal to 30 means it should be what again? Again it should be same. Pi by 6 plus alpha here. Okay. Alpha plus pi by 6. Alpha is equal to 30. 30 plus 30, 60. At 60 it should be starting. Okay. The output magnitude should be. Again 60 plus 120, 180. 180 plus again 120, 300. 300 plus 120, 420, like that. Okay. All these are the output waveforms we are getting that using for the OR load with a freewheeling diode, or even not if you not using any freewheeling diode also we are getting that. Here if you observe, here for alpha is equal to 60, that it should be equals to pi by 6 plus alpha 30. 30 plus 60, 90. Again starts 90 at 90 value. Okay. Next, what about the output expression? Here, to derive an expression for the average output voltage of a three-phase half-wave converter with resistive load or RL load with a freewheeling diode. Resistive load and also RL load with a freewheeling diode have the same derivations. Outcomes should be same. That is, expressions should be same. Next, if you come across this, T1 is triggered at omega t equal to pi by 6 plus alpha. That is 30 plus alpha. Next, T1 conducts from 30 plus alpha to 180. 30 plus alpha to 180. Okay. Next one, T2 can be conducted from 150 plus alpha. Why? Because 5 pi by 6 means it should be 150. 150 plus alpha. T2 conducts from 150 plus alpha to 300, like that. Okay, these are all the values we are considering. Okay, next one. Next one, T3. When will the thyristor T3 will be conducted? T3 is triggered at omega T is equal to 7 pi by 6 plus alpha. 7 pi by 6 is equals to 270. 270 plus alpha. 270 plus alpha. And the output voltage which is equals to, actually this is general expression. V naught is equal to Vcn is equal to Vm sin omega t minus 240 or Vm sin omega t of omega t plus 120 is the general expression. Okay. And if you apply the integral here, V naught is equal to alpha plus 30, that is alpha plus 5 by 6. Okay, next one alpha plus 5 pi by 6. But here given with value, that is V naught nothing but the thyristor T1 will be conduct up to this much value, 180. Next after, these all are observed from the waveforms. Okay, up to 180 only. If you consider this is up to 180. Okay, this is VAN. These are the important one from the waveforms only we are getting. Here, this is the A phase. Okay, for alpha is equal to 0, if you observe, up to 180 only, even. Okay, up to 180 only. 180. Okay, alpha is equal to 30. So here, if you consider up to 180 only, there is a conduction. Then after it should be changing towards another thyristor, T2, T3, like that. Okay, next, if you come across this V naught, that is output voltage or line to neutral voltage is equal to Vm sin omega t, for omega t is equal to alpha plus 30 to 180 degrees. Alpha plus 30 to 180 degrees. Next one, VDC is equal to 3 by 2 pi integral alpha plus 30 integral alpha plus 30 to 180 of Vm sin omega t. Therefore, we are solving this expression. VDC can be getting, that is VDC is equal to 3Vm by 2 pi of 1 plus cos alpha plus 30. 1 plus cos alpha plus 30. This is the expression for, actually this is the expression for one phase. If you consider all phases is also having same, if you solve this, so that's why the average output voltage, the VDC value or the average output voltage which we are getting is to be 3Vm by 2 pi, 3Vm by 2 pi of 1 plus cos alpha plus 30. Okay, okay. For finally we are getting that for an RL load with a freewheeling diode expression. This is the value, that is 3Vm by 2 pi of 1 plus cos alpha plus 30. Next one, the three-phase semi-converters are used in industrial DC drive applications up to 150 kilowatt, 120 kilowatt power output range. Up to the range is to be 120 power kilowatt power output. Okay. Next, single quadrant operation is possible by using only semi-converters. With semi-converters, there is no multi-quadrant operation. Multi-quadrant operation means it should be having 2-quadrant operation, 4-quadrant operation. That comes under the multi-quadrant operations. Okay. Next, by using of these type of converters, half-wave converters or semi-converters, they operate for a region that is only single quadrant operation only. There is a possibility. Next one, power factor decrease as the delay angle increases. Power factor value can be decreased as the delay angle increases. Nothing but if the delay angle is alpha, alpha is to consider at 0 degrees. Therefore, the power factor should be very high at a 0 degree means. Okay, if you consider at 15 degrees, somewhat high. Okay, nothing but when you increase the delay angle or the power triggering angle or the firing pulse angle, then what should be happen means power factor value can be decreases. Power factor value can be decreases. Next one, power factor is better than that of three-phase half-wave converter. Power factor is better than that of a three-phase half-wave converter by using of a single-phase semi-converters. Next one, three-phase half-controlled bridge converter with a highly inductive load and continuous ripple-free load current. This is one form of the circuit. Three-phase semi-converters. Within the semi-converters, don't worry about that. What is the difference between three-phase half-wave converters and what about the three-phase semi-converters? Three-phase when you come across semi-converter, full converters, okay, semi-converter is nothing but using one thyristor and one diode itself. Suppose if you consider one phase, in previous we used that only within the circuit we used that only single thyristor. Okay, but what happened means with using of a semi converters, here we used that with respect to a thyristor and also diode also used. Okay, at the same time if you consider one phase, like that same we are having total three phases. Each phase is consisting of two diodes, two devices. That is, one is control diode or thyristor, and our second one is the diode. Therefore, by using of these two switches, we are operating. Okay, that is, if one phase is having two diodes, means total how many phases? Three phases. 3 into 2. Okay, six. Totally six switching devices we are having. That is, three are the thyristors and three are the diodes. Okay, that is nothing but the semi converter. If you observe, this is the semi converter. This is the semi converter. Here, a freewheeling diode D suffix M is also placed. A freewheeling diode. Okay, and also it is a highly inductive load. Highly inductive load. Here, if suppose this is the secondary winding of the transformer. This is the secondary winding of the transformer. The secondary has been connected like that. Each phase is to be connected towards across two switches. Okay, phase A, phase B, and phase C. Okay, here and the primary is to be here. Which is in a delta connected. I am not shown here. It is a delta connected winding of the primary of the transformer. Suppose when a three-phase balanced supply is given towards the three-phase input terminals, when three-phase balanced supply has been applied, therefore we are getting that three-phase supply here, A, B, C. Across A, B, C terminals, we are getting that three-phase supply. Okay, and the next, how the output voltage can be changed. Okay, how the output voltage can be changed. How the output voltage can be occurring. Here, if you consider when suppose phase A is to be excited, suppose we are getting supply voltage across VAN. Why? Because neutral is also here. Okay, with respect to neutral point, here we are considering that neutral point here VAN we are getting. Okay, line to line voltage, that is line to line voltage here. Therefore, what should be happen with respect to A phase is excited means here the current is to be moving towards the thyristor T1. Why? Because here anode is more positive with respect to cathode of thyristor T1 across. Therefore, and giving the firing pulse at alpha is equal to alpha plus pi by 6 value at alpha plus pi by 6 or 30 plus alpha degree. Therefore, what should be happen? Therefore, thyristor T1 conduct. Therefore, what should be happen when thyristor T1 conducts? Therefore, the current will be moving towards like this. The current will be flows in the form of T1 thyristor direction towards the highly inductive load and towards the diode D2. Diode D2. Okay, like that. The written path, the diodes D1, D2, Y provided within this circuit means the diodes D1, D2, D3 provide merely a written path for the current to the most negative line terminal. Most negative line terminal. Okay, written path. Those are nothing but the written path. Nothing but if you consider the circuit should be considered like this, connected like this. If you consider this is the connection. Here I am not shown here, but it should be a written path. Okay. Next, here the semi-converter bridge operation. We will observe for different firing angles. If you come across the conduction angles for the SCRs or diodes. Here, for a firing angle delay of alpha is equal to 0. For a firing angle delay of alpha is equal to 0, thyristor T1, T2, T3 would behave as the diodes, and the output voltage of the semi-converter would be symmetrical 6 pulse per cycle. I'm not shown here the waveforms, but for alpha greater than 60, I have shown here. If you observe, this is for alpha greater than 60 degrees. Alpha greater than 60 means suppose if we consider alpha plus pi by 6, 60 plus 30, 90 at 90. Okay, this is the turn on time. Sorry, this is the firing pulse given. Okay, this is the 90 plus 60. If you consider, we are actually having that alpha plus pi by 6. Alpha plus pi by 6 means alpha plus 30. Alpha is to be 60, suppose 90 degrees at 90 degrees, or it should be called within the waveforms of a three-phase semi-converter for alpha greater than 60 degrees again. Nothing but it should be go more than 60 degrees. So that's why this is pi by 2 plus pi by 6. Okay, or it should be more than the value 90 degrees value. Okay, so the output waveforms, if you observe here, the output waveform pi by 6 plus alpha is greater than 60, alpha is greater than 60. Okay, pi by 6 plus alpha. So here it will be starts. Okay, here it will be starts the output waveform, the output waveform. Before that is to be T3, D3 and DM value. Here it will be starts. So that's why the output waveform shown starts from here, the average output voltage, and it should be up to 7 pi by 6 value. Okay, after that it should be negative peak. Why? Because freewheeling diode is there. With respect to the freewheeling diode, I am not shown the output voltage. Okay, so what happens means here the output waveform for a freewheeling diode with respect to freewheeling diode should be 0 called. Here next of T2 D2 will be conduct. This is T2 D2. This is the T2 D2 voltage, and next one T3 D3. Okay, and this is for alpha greater than 60 degrees. And what about the thyristor current and also the diode currents we will observe here. This is the thyristor T1 D1 ID1. This is plus 5 by 6 plus alpha plus 2 7 pi by 6 up to. Next, thyristor T2 and D2. 5 pi by 6 plus 2 up to 11 pi by 6. T3 D3. Okay, T3 D3 will be starting at the starting and also at the ending shows. Not completely, it should be half. Okay. Next, this is the freewheeling diode voltage. This is the freewheeling diode voltage. If you observe, this is the freewheeling path. Okay, so that's why the freewheeling voltage, sorry, current, freewheeling current, and these are the currents for thyristor and diodes. Okay, and the next one is the load current. This is the load current. IA1 is equal to I1 within the circuit. IA. Okay. Next one, three-phase semi-converter output ripple frequency of output voltage is 3 times FS value. This is the ripple frequency. Why? Because three-phase supply we are applying here. Therefore, there is a ripple frequency. So the three-phase semi-converter output ripple frequency of output voltage is 3 times Fs value, and the delay angle alpha can be varied from 0 to pi during the period 30 degrees to omega t less than 210 degrees. Okay, and thyristor will be turned on or forward biased at a pi by 6 less than or equal to omega t less than or equal to 7 up to value. This is the 7 pi by 6 value is the. Next, T1 D1 has been given. If thyristor T1 is triggered at omega t equal to pi by 6 plus alpha, T1 and D1 conduct together and the line-to-line voltage VAC appears across the load. Okay. At omega t equal to 7 pi by 6 alpha, 7 pi by 6, VAC becomes negative and freewheeling diode DM conducts. The load current continues to flow through the freewheeling diode DM, T1 D1 are turned off. Okay. What happens means when T1 D1 T1 D1, when T1 D1 are turned on. Okay, when T1 D1 are turned on, T1 D1 are turned on means the current should be moving like this and moving towards the D1, and this is the written path. Current starts here towards the phase A and it should be moving towards this, like this, towards the neutral. So across through a C phase. Here, whenever T1 D1 time period up to 7 pi by 6 plus alpha is completed, next what should be happen means freewheeling diode will be conducted. Why? Because highly inductive load. Why? Because this is highly inductive load means RL. RL load. RL load in the RL load, L parameter is having highly inductance value. So that's why with respect to highly inductive load, the energy storage is also increases. So that's why the current can be nothing but whenever thyristor T1 and D1 can be turned off, the remaining circuit supply should be moving towards the DM current. Sorry, freewheeling diode. Okay, freewheeling. Why? Because T1 D1 will be turned off. Okay. Next, what should be happen within this time period? Load across inductance, the energy will be stored in the inductor. Therefore, that will be interchange the supply terminals across the inductor. Therefore, the current should be moving like this. IDM. That is current IDM. Here, IDM. This is the IDM current. Okay. Pi by 2 plus IA. Pi by 2 at pi by 2 value. Up to pi by 6 plus alpha. Up to pi by 6 plus alpha. Okay. For this is if you observe here. 7 pi by 6, 7 pi by 6 plus 5 pi by 6 plus alpha. Okay, like that. Next one, come across this T1 and D1 conducted together and line to line voltage VS appears across the load. At omega t is equal to 7 pi by 6, VSC becomes negative and freewheeling diode DM conducts. The load current continues to flow through freewheeling diode. T1 D1 are turned off. Okay. Next one, if freewheeling diode is not unable to conduct continue, okay, conduct until the thyristor T2 is triggered at omega t is equal to pi by 6, 5 pi by 6 plus alpha, and the freewheeling action would be accomplished through D1 and D2. Okay, if the delay angle alpha less than or equal to pi by 3, each thyristor conducts for 2 pi by 3 and the freewheeling diode DM does not conduct. These are some important points for while conducting the T1 D1 thyristors and the diodes and also the freewheeling diode. Three line voltages, we know that actually. Three line to line voltages, this is the general expression for the voltages. That is VAN, VBN, VCN or VER and YF. Okay, VM sin omega t 1 minus 120, VM sin omega t 1 plus 140, 240, sorry, 120, like that. These are the general voltage expressions for the three-phase supply voltage, three-phase supply for a star connected source. Here, how can the output voltage we are getting? How the output voltage we are getting with respect to this? Here, the output voltage can be the output voltage VRB, nothing but we are observing that the phase to phase. These are the phase to phase. Then we have calculated for this phase to phase from the line to line voltages VAN minus VCN. Therefore, this is the root 3 VM sin of omega t minus 5 by 6. All these values are getting from the general expressions only. And if you observe for the waveforms of three phase semiconductor for alpha less than 60 or equal to 60 degrees, how the waveforms can be? Here at below the 60 degrees, less than 60. For less than 60, what happens? Here, for less than 60 degrees of a semiconductor, alpha less than 60 degrees of a semiconductor, here the current is to be in a continuous manner. You observe the current is to be continuous manner. That is, I'm not shown here the current. In the next class I will show the current expression should be in a continuous manner. Even the voltage should be not coming towards the zero. Okay, here the conducting of the diodes, thyristors and the diodes, if you observe here at 90 degree, here T1 D3 will be conducting here, T1 D3 will be conducting T1 D3, okay, at this time period at alpha plus pi by 6 value. This is pi by 6 plus alpha. This is actually pi by 6 plus alpha we are considering. Okay, T1 D3. Next onwards, what should be happen means T1 D2. Okay, T1 D2. Pi by 6 plus alpha up to pi by 2. VAB. VAB. Next onwards, what should be happen in VAC? AB, VAC. Actually, VBC we have to get, but we are getting that VAC. Again, VBC. Okay. With respect to for alpha less than or equal to 60 degree, less than or equal to 60 degrees means what happens means here for voltage VAC T1 D3 conduct simultaneously for 120 degrees actually shown. Okay, 120 degrees I explained. Similarly, other elements conduct. Freewheeling does not conduct come into play. Actually, does not come into operation even for alpha is equal to 60 degrees. Therefore, VAB, VBC, VCA do not appear actually. VAB, VBC, VCA do not appear in the output voltage waveform for alpha is equal to 60 degrees. Okay. And it will be seen that alpha greater than or equal to 60 degree, voltage pulses VAB, VBC and VC are eliminated. Okay. These are observed from the previous waveforms here. Here not go nothing but here coming towards a zero. Okay. Next, if you observe here, this is not coming towards a zero. That is the difference when alpha firing angle can be changes. I hope all of you understand about three-phase semi-converter and also the half-wave converter. In the next class, I will explain all the three-phase full bridge converters, and also once again I will explain the semi-converters also with respect to waveforms.